Yesterday, this side of the House made clear that the SNP stands united against the Russian invasion of Ukraine, and this needs to be included with tougher and stronger sanctions. But as the chair of the Foreign Affairs Select Committee rightly said, we shouldn't be waiting for Russia to attack others to clean up the corruption and Russian money which has been fuelling in the UK. Under the Tories, a sewer of dirty Russian money has been allowed to run through London for years. I went to the Prime Minister, the then Foreign Secretary, in 2017, and I raised the issue of limited partnerships, 113 of which have been used to move $20.8 billion out of Russian banks. Corruption on an industrial scale. Why did the Prime Minister do nothing back then? And why is he still doing nothing now?
Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I'm grateful to him. I think that he was right to come to me then, and I've always enjoyed talking to him, as I've told him many times. I think he's right on the issue. We do need to stop corrupt Russian money in London and every other financial capital. That's why we've already taken the steps that we have taken, but we are going much further to uncloak the true owners of Russian companies and Russian properties in this country, and high time, Mr. Speaker. No country is doing more than the UK to tackle this issue.
In Blackford.
Mr. Speaker, that meeting was 5 years ago, and I offered to work with the Prime Minister 5 years ago, and nothing has happened. The truth is that Russian oligarchs who give the right people in power a golden handshake have been welcomed into London for years. Their activities weren't stopped, they were encouraged. And plenty of these golden handshakes just so happened to find their way into the coffers of the Conservative Party. Mr. Speaker, £2.3 million, in fact, since the Prime Minister took office. A leading American think tank has publicly raised concerns, and I quote, about the close ties between Russian money and the United Kingdom's ruling Conservative Party are a block to stronger sanctions. How can our allies trust this Prime Minister to clean up dirty Russian money in the UK when he won't even clean up his own political party? Will he finally commit to giving up the £2.3 million his party has raised in from Russian oligarchs?
Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I just think it's very important for the House to understand we do not raise money from Russian oligarchs. People who give money to this. We raise money from people who are registered to vote on the UK Register of Interest, and that is how we do it, Mr. Speaker. And I think his indignation. His indignation is, I'm afraid, a bit much, coming from somebody whose very own Alex Salmond is a leading presenter on, as far as I know, on Russia Today, which the leader of the opposition has just called on this country to ban.
Sir Bill Wiggin.
The River Wye, pollution, flooding, house building and the wider environment are all important to my right honourable friend. So will he meet me to discuss the future of the Environment Agency?
Prime Minister.
Well, I'm always happy to meet my honourable friend, and I congratulate him on his recent elevation. But, Mr. Speaker, I also must say that I think the Environment Agency faces many challenges and does an outstanding job of building flood defences. 314,000 homes are better protected than since 2015, and we continue to invest massively to help them. But I'm always happy to meet him.
Caroline Lucas.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Yesterday, when I asked the Prime Minister about Russian meddling in UK elections, he looked very shifty before claiming he wasn't aware of any. Yet, when he was Foreign Secretary in 2017, in a joint press conference with the Russian Foreign Minister, when Lavrov claimed there was no evidence that Russia had interfered in UK elections in any way, the now Prime Minister corrected him by saying there was no evidence of successful interference. So can the Prime Minister tell us what evidence he has seen of unsuccessful interference? Has he actually read the Russia report, which is very clear that there is credible evidence of interference? And given that, as his Defence Secretary said earlier this week, information is as powerful as any tank, can he explain why he's turning a blind eye to allegations of Russian disruption and playing fast?
Order. I hope you're coming to the end of the question. I do need to.
Speaker, I could be a lot faster if I wasn't being barracked by the side opposite.
I think the challenge is that I do want to get the front benches moving quickly. We want to get speed into it, so I'm sure it's the end now.
Given that, as his Defence Secretary said earlier this week, that information is as powerful as any tank, can he explain why he is turning a blind eye to allegations of Russian disruption? Why is he playing fast and loose with our national security?
Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I repeat what I told her ages ago, if I think I've got it right. I've seen absolutely no evidence of successful Russian interference in any of our any electoral event, Mr. Speaker.
Gareth Bacon.